morning, my friends. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everybody doing? Look at that beautiful picture that I have up on the screen right now. Excuse me. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. How the heck is everybody doing? Man, look at that beautiful. Well, it just went away, but you know what? It's going to come back. Good morning, everybody. Got a little bit of a different type of a show today that we're going to be doing. I've got things that I have to be doing from here at the house today, so we're going to be doing some on-camera kind of in the dash mobile type of a show this morning, where we're going to talk about everything that is happening. I had everything pulled up just right, and now it has disappeared. There, we'll look at that right there. Decision Desk HQ. Look at that. Decision Desk HQ is a pretty reliable source for election information. Yes, let's go red. Guys, if you have not voted, go out and vote today. You want to go out and vote today. I can't tell you how important it is to go and vote. Everybody has to go and vote. I am about to take my wife to vote. I have already voted, but my wife has not, so we are going to go vote. Let's see here. Hang on. What did I miss? Yes, like and subscribe. So this is just kind of we're going to do a little short segment this morning covering the daily news surrounding the election today. I think it's going to be really important to be watching the news today. Here's the thing. There's going to be a lot of misinformation out there. Okay? A ton of misinformation. And look, I don't know how to tell you what to find that is legitimate. I can tell you the accounts that I follow that seem to know more about what's happening. Scott Presler is one of them. He is a guy, he followed me a while back. We've been talking about trying to get more Republicans elected. And then I follow Rich Barris. I follow him as well. Let's pull up his account real quick. This is Rich Barris right here. He is the People's Pundit. I follow him really closely for polling information because he has been more accurate than pretty much anybody so far. And as you can see, they are planning for a Trump victory. Best place to watch? Right here. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to be live tonight. We're going to be covering all of the election shenanigans that's happening. We're going to be covering as the votes start coming in. We're going to cover it here. I would trust Rich Barris, to be quite honest. The mainstream media is a joke. I think we all know that. We all know the mainstream media is a joke, so I don't know who to trust. There's very few people that I trust. I do trust Elon Musk. I do trust his... by the way, did anybody see the Elon Musk Joe Rogan interview yesterday? Did any of you guys watch that? Did anybody watch that whole interview? I watched it last night before bed, and Joe Rogan is all in for Trump right now, I can tell you that. Elon Musk obviously is all in for Trump. So, yeah, man. Yes, Butterfly, there is the People's Pundit. That is who I trust the most when it comes to the numbers and the data that's coming out. I have followed him for a very long time. X is still showing Halloween. I changed it. I specifically changed it. Hang on, let me change it again. I specifically changed it. Why is it not changing back? Hang on. Let's put that there. And let's save that. And let me see if it updates it. I don't know why it's doing this. I don't know why it's doing this. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing this, to be honest. Now it just changed it back again. Why is it not letting me change? All right. Well, excuse me. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that into the. I didn't mean to do that into the microphone there. All right. I don't know why it's not letting me update the title. That's interesting. I can't even update. Anyway, there's nothing I can do about it now. All right, well, it's not letting me update the title for some reason on X. All right, well, hang on, y'all. It's not letting me update the title. Name, stop, start with restream, and it would update, but the new stream. Well, it's gonna. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're going to. I'm going to stop the stream on X. I'm going to stop the stream on X. I'm going to delete the post. Okay, and then now we're going to kick the stream back off. Election Day Madness. So it looks like it updated the stream that time. Sending data. Hang on. All right, we're streaming now there again with Election Day Madness. All right, let me make sure it did what I wanted it to do. Yep, Election Day Madness. All right, we're good to go over on X now. All right, good deal. All right, so what did I miss here? Joe Rogan voted for Trump yesterday. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Infidel Supreme, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, so check it out. I think we're going to see a Trump victory today, guys. I think we're going to see a Trump victory. I really do. I think a lot of people are saying we're not going to know for days, but I don't think that. I think we're going to know tonight. I honestly do. I think that we're going to know tonight. I think that it's going to be so big, and his lead is going to be so big that it's that there's not going to be any questions about it. I really think that. So I hope that is the case. I really do hope that is the case. I hope that things work out for the best. But I do want to let you guys know that if by chance we do not know who is going to be the winner tonight, don't fret. Don't get worried about it. Things are going to be all right. Even if Trump doesn't win tonight, I still think things are going to be all right. I don't want anybody to lose hope. Yes, it's going to be tonight. I think so too, Juan. I do think so too. MAGA Mike, good morning, sir. Sorry, I've got a new phone right now, and I'm having trouble using it. So, yeah, I think tonight, I think we're going to know tonight. I think it's going to be big enough that we're going to know tonight. I mean, if you look, Decision Desk HQ is predicting already that the 53 to 47%, I think that is pretty accurate. There hasn't been a whole lot of reports yet this morning of any, kind of irregularities with voting today. Lines are very long, especially out in Pennsylvania. I think Texas, we pretty much already know who's going to win here in Texas. This is Texas after all. Now, the race that I'm watching real closely is the Ted Cruz and Colin Allred race. I think Ted Cruz has it in the bag, but that's not a guarantee. Colin Allred did a very good campaign this time, and he ran really hard. So Ted Cruz may, it's going to be a close one. MAGA Mike, good morning. May, good morning, good morning, good morning. Yeah, welcome in, everybody. So, like I said, I'm going to be live throughout the day today and then tonight. So we should start getting results, the election results, about 6 o'clock tonight, Central Time. And I'm going to go live here. We're gonna do kind of a watch party tonight and see how it goes. Since how my studio is mobile, well, I'm in the studio and I'm mobile. EBC, Cruz will get the Trump bump. I do hope so, and I do think so too, EBC. I do think so too. I think he will. But, Colin Allred, he did run a good campaign this time. He had a lot of good fundraising. Now, local elections, Austin elections, there's only two that I've been following very closely, and that is District 6, which is Mackenzie Kelly and Krista Lane, and then it is the mayoral race, which is Kirk Watson. I think Kirk Watson has it in the bag already. I don't think there's going to be a question about that. He was untouchable. He was raising money basically 10-1, okay? And then Mackenzie Kelly up in District 6, I think, again, she's got it in the bag. I hope so. She ran a really good race. Krista Lane had nothing other than identity politics, and you know what? That's just not going to work. That's just not going to work. So, yeah, this is an odd kind of a format that we've got going here this morning because my studio obviously is in the Dash Mobile, so here we are. I'm comfortable here, so hopefully that everything is working well right now, and everything is looking and sounding good. Tonight, I may try to move everything into the studio tonight. I have a studio set up that I can use, but I have all of my equipment out here, so I just figured I would do it here. Yeah, so let's take a look at the news. Let's see what's happening out there this morning. 1 second here. Let me see what we got going. Let's take a look at the trending tab real quick. It's a good place to start just to get an idea of things that are happening. Hang on, I've got to shut down a camera real quick just for a bit and let my computer cool down. One sec. I gotta shut down a camera. Andrew from Texas, good morning. Hey man, I just now remembered I need to send you a text message with my cell phone number. Yes, good morning. Yeah, I need to send you a message with my cell phone number. I will do that as soon as we're done with the show here this morning. So let's look at Trump 2024. Let's see what's trending with Trump 2024. There's not a whole lot trending this morning, really. That guy's trying to give away money. I wouldn't trust that kind of stuff, to be quite honest. Let's see. Elon has changed the icon. I don't know. All right. Well, you know what? I'm not going to go down any farther because that looks like it could be porn. Yeah, so Decision Desk HQ is an account that I follow for election news. Rich Barris is another account that I follow for election news. Especially when it comes to numbers. I follow Rich Barris pretty closely. Which is this guy right here. He is the People's Pundit. The People's Pundit. Let me get over to his account real quick, and we'll see what he's saying this morning. There's not going to be a whole lot of news out this morning, really, but we'll see. Let's look at Decision Desk HQ real quick and see what they're talking about this morning. Decision Desk HQ is a pretty good indicator. Now, check this out. Decision Desk HQ has Trump ahead in every state except Wisconsin, which they have him tied with Kamala Harris. That's interesting. They have him ahead in Nevada, Arizona. Man, they have him ahead in Arizona by 11. Let's see, 62-38. Georgia 63-37, Pennsylvania 54-46. Michigan, they do have Kamala Harris winning Michigan 58-42. That's interesting. But if this is true and this is how it starts to play out, then Trump pretty much has it in the bag at this point. Now, that doesn't mean you don't go vote. So look, we all know that we have two different ways. We have the electoral college, and then we have the popular vote. Hang on one sec, I got a cough. Okay, sorry, I didn't want to cough in y'all's ears. We have the electoral college, and then we have the popular vote. Now, look, obviously, every time in recent memory that a Republican has won the presidency, he has really not won the popular vote. You can lose the popular vote and still win the presidency. So I think this year, I think Trump is going to win the popular vote as well. I think he's going to win the popular vote, and obviously he's going to win the presidency. And I think that is going to show that our culture is shifting in this country, and we're shifting away from this hardcore far left ideology. Especially if these numbers hold up like what you're seeing on your screen right now. If these numbers hold up, I think that it's gonna show that Americans are fed up with the bullshit. I really do. And I don't know about you guys, but I am fed up with the bullshit. I am fed up with all of the nasty, divisive language that's being used. We're Americans. We're all Americans. And I'm going to tell you, when it comes down to it, the media played such a huge role in keeping all of us divided. And I will never forgive them for that. I will never forgive the media for what they've done. So, you know, it's a divide and conquer. You know what I mean? It's divide and conquer. They know that they have to keep us divided. They have to keep the race baiting up. I could give a care about race. You know what I mean? I could care less about race. I could care less if you're black, you're white, or you're Mexican. I'm married to a Mexican. But they will tell you because I am a Republican that I'm racist. And I think that's crazy. Storm Chaser Mark, I will be too, but here's the thing. It's going to be no matter who wins, the other side is not going to accept the results. We have a very tough few months ahead of us in this country right now, I think. I think we have a very tough few months ahead of us. There's going to be a lot of lawfare. If you look at, let's say, Polymarket, they have Trump winning. Now, they have two different ways. You can vote, you can actually bet two different ways over at Polymarket. You can bet who's going to win today, and then you can bet who's actually going to take the office, and it could be two different bets. So technically what could happen is this. Trump could win today, right? It could come out, they could call it for him tonight, and then all the lawfare will start, right? Let's say Trump wins, but the Democrats win the House. Let's say they win. They are inaugurated on, I believe it's January 3rd. Let's say they win, the Democrats win, they're put into Congress, and they refuse to certify the president. Let's say Trump wins today, the Democrats win, they take over the majority in Congress, and then they refuse to certify the election. So it doesn't really matter if he wins today. It matters who is inaugurated. That could technically happen. We all know that could technically happen. They could refuse to certify, and then what happens? So today is just the beginning. There's going to be a huge fight between now and January 6th, or January 20th, whenever it is. There's going to be a huge fight. They're going to they've already shown that they will use lawfare to meet their goals, and they very well could do that. So I don't know. I'm worried. I'm worried about the country coming up. things are going to get tough. Things are going to get really, really tough. But yeah, man. I mean, this has me very happy looking at the election forecasts. Now, here's the chances to control the U.S. Senate. Check that out. 52 to 48. 52 GOP seats to 48 Democrat seats. That's going to be great if that happens. That's going to be really, really good if that happens. So, I don't know, guys. Say a prayer for the country because we're going to need it coming up. We're going to need it in the next few months. Things are going to get tough. Things are going to get really, really tough in this country. Praying for Trump, Vance. Yes, so am I, MAGA Mike. The left will be throwing a big temper tantrum. Oh, they're going to throw a huge temper tantrum. That's what the security fences are about. Yep, absolutely, Brenda. Absolutely. Things are going to get crazy. We all know that the left will take to the streets and cause violence. We all know that. I mean, they've shown it over and over and over, And it's going to happen. Trump wins tonight, which I think he will. It's going to happen. They're going to take to the streets. They're not going to accept it. And, and that's what's funny because throughout the last 4 years, they have screamed and hollered about how secure the elections are, right? The elections, they're untouchable, so secure. And if you question the election, straight to jail with you, right? That's what they say. You're a conspiracy theorist and straight to jail. So technically, when Trump wins tonight, they're not going to be, they will have no legitimate way to say that it was rigged. They will have no legitimate way to contest the election without looking like complete, absolute hypocrites. You know what I mean? And I think that's true. How are they going to contest the election now after spending the last 4 years putting people in jail over it? If they send electors to Washington, an alternate set of electors, how are they going to do that without they've set the precedent to put themselves in jail if they try to pull this? They've set the precedent. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, to be quite honest. But I am saying a prayer because I think we all, we need to push past this. And whoever wins, we need to, we need to get behind them. This country is better than this, is better than this nastiness. All right. So Joe Rogan backs Trump. Man, isn't that awesome? I never thought I would see Joe Rogan backing Trump. But look at that. Look at these lines in Pennsylvania. The lines to vote in Pennsylvania are huge. They already project everything and will continue to do so. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Brenda, they'll attempt another theft. I really hope not. I really, really hope not. But they've really shot themselves in the foot over the last 4 years. With this whole election rigging bullshit, if they try to say anything about the election, they're really going to look stupid. We all know how they had to get something into the courts because the law goes by precedent. So damn yeah, and that's the thing. They've set the precedent for putting people in jail over the election stuff. So if they try to pull the same stuff, they need to be they need to be charged. Now, here's what my question is. This is something that you don't hear about Trump's charges and verdicts and guilty, not guilty, going to prison. You don't hear anything else about it. Have they just forgotten about all that? What's happened with his cases? You don't hear anything about his cases anymore. What in the heck has happened with all of them? He was found guilty in New York. And he can't pardon himself in New York. If he wins president, he can't. I mean, what's going to happen with that? Is that the other play? Can they put him in jail in New York if he wins tonight? Is that what happens? He may win president, but he can't pardon himself. It's a state level crime. So where is that? I think that has a lot to do with what's coming is the charges, that his guilty verdict. I think that has a lot to do with it. I hope I'm wrong, but I promise you that the Democrats will do whatever they can do to stop him from taking office. That's what I'm talking about in Congress. If they take Congress, they will not. There's a good chance they will not certify him uh, come January. Then what? Then what? That's why it's important that the Republicans take the House, the Senate. That's why it's important this election, because they will not certify him if they take Congress. It's just not going to do it. They're just not going to do it. So, but this is good. 53 to 47. That's their election forecast from Decision HQ, and that's good. That's good. That shows a lot of confidence. Now, are they right? I don't know. Polls, I don't just want to pick and choose what polls that I want to believe. I have a hard time believing any polls. Even the ones like this one right here, 53 to 47. I do trust Decision Desk HQ more than I trust most others. But at the same time, you can't say I don't trust polls, but because this poll here is in my favor, then I trust it. You know what I mean? Let's see. Has ruled it's wrong, though. I thought. He said no. Brenda, I have not kept up with what's happened in the Carolinas. And it is a big witch hunt. It's been a big witch hunt. It's been a big witch hunt this whole time. So, I don't know. It's just going to be interesting what happens today. Just watch out. If you are going to vote today, if you are standing in line right now, or you are going out to vote, please don't listen to misinformation. Don't listen to people saying, there's going to be a ton of misinformation out there, and we can't listen to it. That's just it. We can't listen to it. If you are in line to vote, stay in line to vote. It is so important for you to stay in line and get the voting done. That's why I think Election Day should be a national holiday, so nobody has to work. Everybody can just go and vote. And it's very important to stay in line. We have to win the popular vote as well. Trump gets 3-1 in every real world video. I don't know how. You know what, Brenda? That's, look, I was going to talk about that because I feel like the momentum is behind Trump as well. But I thought the same thing in 2020. I thought that I went to bed that night of the election thinking that Trump had it in the bag, much like everybody else. And then we wake up the next morning and there was some shenanigans pulled in the middle of the night. So I don't know. I don't know nobody knows what's going to happen, I don't think. If somebody is telling you they know exactly what's going to happen, I think they're kind of full of it, to be honest. I don't think anybody really knows what's going to happen. I don't think that the Democrats are going to let this go just lying down. They ran a candidate that was very, very unlikable, which is odd. Y'all hear the chickens? The chickens are making an appearance this morning on the streets of Austin. Killer Carla wants to know how Jeffrey's doing this morning. We won 2020. Yes, I think so too. In my personal circles, it's all Trump, even my liberal friends from 2020. But it is, TK. It is. It's hard to predict. And like I said, I don't know if anybody knows what's going to happen. I think that there's some shenanigans afoot, and we just have not seen it yet. We don't know exactly what it is just yet. So, I've seen a bunch of Trump signs show up in my neighborhood over the last few days. Yeah, I see a lot of Trump signs everywhere. The momentum is definitely behind Donald Trump right now. But again, I thought the momentum was behind him in 2020 as well, and then look what happened, So are the Democrats going to take it lying down, or are they just going to let it happen? No, I don't think so. I don't think they're going to just let it go by. I think they've got some stuff planned. We know that there was a shadow campaign in 2020, and I'm sure that there's a shadow campaign happening now. I mean, it is the way it is. So, I don't know, guys. Just vote. Vote like your life depended on it. If you have not gone and voted, go and vote today. Take off work, whatever you got to do, go and vote. You got all day to do it. There are a lot of if you don't have a ride, a lot of the ride sharing apps, Lyft and all of these other companies, they're offering very cheap rides to polling places. But go and vote. It's the only way. If Kamala wins, just know she didn't win. She cheated. Yeah, I think so too. I just can't believe that they ran her, to be honest. Something is just not right about that. She is so unlikable. You know what I mean? Not only is she clueless, but she's unlikable. Why did they run her in the first place? Is it because they didn't have a choice because she was vice president? Is it because she's a female of color? What is it that why did they just all of a sudden decide to run her? And you know what? The press spent a long time hating on her, and then all of a sudden, overnight, they propped her up. Had the press not propped her up like they did, she would not be anywhere close to where she's at right now. I'd be voting, but at this point it just feels like rearranging chairs on the Titanic. I don't think so. Nah, we're doing good, guys. Things are going to be okay. Things are going to be okay. Let's see. Florida Republicans are romping, absolutely romping. Well, we know Florida is going to stay red. Let's see. Philly's an absolute disaster. Okay, let's see what this is. Pennsylvania. Let's see who Michael Whatley is first. He is the GOP chairman, I guess, in Pennsylvania. Let's see. Early this morning, we learned that Republican poll watchers in Philadelphia, York, Westmoreland, Allegheny, Lee, Cambria, wow, we're being turned away. We deployed our voting attorneys engaging with local officials and can now report that all Republican poll watchers have been let into the building. Why would they be turning away Republican poll watchers? It sounds like 2020 all over again, doesn't it? Sounds like 2020 all over again. Beware. I've been in races where turnout reports were good and lost, and I've been in ones where turnout reports were bad and won. And extremely anecdotal reports, long lines at Precinct X have zero correlation to final outcome. Yeah, that is true. And 100%, there will be a lot of anecdotes regarding turnout, and they mean absolutely nothing. Some of it, each cycle, is intentional disinformation. Also, beware of the exit poll waves, whether they are good or bad for your candidates. They are repeatedly revised and often wrong. Interesting. Yeah, she is the dumbest. Let's see here. What did I miss here? The celebrities. Don't even get me started on that. She is the dumbest of the bunch, gullible. Just get her drunk. Get her drunk. Heck yeah. At least you're voting. That's a good thing. Absolutely, MAGA Mike. Yes, everything is going to be fine, I think. You can't lose hope. This is America, y'all. Look what we've been through in our history. I mean, everything's going to be fine. No matter what, everything's going to be fine. So, let's take a look real quick. We're going to take a look at Fox News. Let's see what's in the news this morning. The time has come. Millions of voters hit the polls to decide who takes the White House as Election Day in full swing. Okay, this is the story I've been wanting to look at, is the bellwether counties. and see what they're talking about there. Now that Election Day is finally here, there are a few counties that experts are closely watching as the results could indicate who the next president will be. Known as bellwether counties, these swing counties have, with some exceptions, consistently sided with a winning candidate. Matthew